Power can be a dangerous thing in the wrong hands. King Herod loved the applause of the crowd more than he loved what was right. To please his political allies, Herod did the unthinkable. He ordered the direct execution of James, one of the closest friends and disciples of Jesus. When Herod saw how much this wicked act pleased the crowds, he didn't stop there. He immediately sent his guards to arrest Peter, the leader of the church. Herod wasn't taking any chances. He locked Peter in the deepest, darkest inner dungeon, guarded by 4 squads of 4 soldiers each. Escape was literally impossible. Tomorrow was the day Peter was scheduled to be executed. Yet, incredibly, Peter was fast asleep. He had perfect peace, completely trusting his life to God. But while Peter slept, the church was wide awake. They didn't have swords, armies, or political power, but they had something infinitely stronger: unified, passionate prayer. They gathered in the house of Mary and prayed earnestly to God through the entire night. They were knocking on the doors of heaven, asking for a miracle. Heaven heard them. God's power is never limited by thick walls, heavy chains, or human kings. Suddenly, an intense, blinding light flooded the dark prison cell. An angel of the Lord appeared. The angel gently struck Peter on the side to wake him up, whispering urgently, "Quick, get up." The moment Peter moved, an absolute miracle happened. Without a key, the heavy iron chains magically shattered and fell right off his wrists to the stone floor. The angel instructed him, "Put on your clothes and your sandals. Wrap your cloak around you and follow me." Peter obeyed, still thinking this was just a vision. God's power blinded the enemy. The angel led Peter right past the first set of guards, and then the second. The soldiers were completely frozen, unaware of the escape. They finally reached the massive iron gate leading to the city. No human could push it, but it magically swung open all by itself, yielding to the power of God. They walked out into the cool night air, stepping onto the city street. Having finished his mission, the magnificent angel suddenly vanished into the starry night. Standing alone in the quiet street, Peter finally snapped completely awake. He looked at his free hands and realized, this isn't a dream. The Lord literally sent his angel. "God has rescued me from the clutches of King Herod," he whispered joyfully. Without wasting a second, Peter ran straight to a house where he knew the church was praying. He arrived at the gate and began to knock urgently. Inside, the believers were still on their knees, completely unaware that their prayers had already been spectacularly answered. A young servant girl named Rhoda came to answer the door. "Who is it?" she asked through the heavy wood. "It's Peter. Let me in," he whispered. Rhoda recognized his voice instantly, but instead of opening the gate, she got so incredibly excited that she forgot to let him in. She turned around and sprinted right back into the house, shouting at the top of her lungs, "Peter is at the door. Peter is outside." She interrupted the prayer meeting. "You are out of your mind," they told her. "Isn't it funny how we can pray so hard for a miracle, but doubt it when it actually arrives?" But Rhoda kept insisting it was him. The believers shook their heads. "It can't be Peter," they reasoned. "He is locked up tight. It must be his guardian angel." Meanwhile, poor Peter was still standing out in the dark street, knocking louder and louder, hoping the guards wouldn't hear the commotion and find him. Finally, the group went to the gate and opened it. When they saw him standing there in the flesh, they were absolutely astonished. They began to shout with joy, Peter quickly motioned with his hand for everyone to be quiet so the Roman guards wouldn't hear them. He stepped inside, surrounded by his weeping, joyful friends. He gathered them close and described exactly how the Lord had sent an angel, how the chains had magically shattered, and how the massive iron gate opened by itself. Herod thought he had all the power. He thought his dark dungeon and heavy chains had the final word. But human authority is nothing compared to the power of God. This story leaves us with an incredible lesson today. What are the prisons in your life? What heavy chains or impossible situations are holding you back? Never underestimate the specific, miraculous power of a praying church. When believers unite and passionately ask God for help, He hears them. Chains break and iron gates swing open. So, keep knocking on heaven's door. Pray boldly, wait faithfully, and watch how the God who commands angels will step in to deliver you.
Hi, friends! Do you love learning about Bible stories? I have something special just for you.
At Paradise Bible Explorer for Kids, we share Bible stories that teach God's Word to everyone, helping you grow in faith and understanding.
You can watch all our exciting Bible stories on YouTube. Just search at Paradise Bible Explorer for Kids and start exploring.
And don't forget TikTok. Follow at Paradise Movies for short, meaningful Bible story clips anytime.